nurse. In fact, you guys, I have come here to rant. Tell me if you've been following my story. I'm very passionate about being a nurse. Hi guys, how are you guys doing? It's Abby here again, also known as Jollof Nurse. I am a registered nurse based in Boston, Massachusetts, and I post nursing videos. I post videos about being, when I was in nursing school, about being an immigrant in the US, and I post sit-down videos and vlogs that I'm sure you're going to enjoy. So make sure you go through my videos and see which ones interest you the most. I advise you to, make sure you're done with everything you're doing. Take your time, get a popcorn, and binge watch all my videos. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share my videos to anyone you think might be interested to my videos about being a nurse. So I'm going to move on to the reason I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to talk about my experiences so far as a new grad nurse. In fact, you guys, I have come here to rant. Okay, hear me out. I hope this is a safe space, but I know that all my jollof babies are all nice to me and they're going to be willing to hear me talk. So thank you guys so much. So where do I even start from? I'm going to start talking about how I started working. I'm sure if you've been watching my videos and if you have not, please do well to go through them. I started working in January as a new graduate nurse. So in Massachusetts, in the state of Massachusetts where I currently reside, you can start working as a nurse without passing your board exam yet. That was what I did. I started working, but I heard they were going to end it in May. So they started that program because of COVID, but I think they recently ended it. So I started working as a nurse in January. I started my 12 weeks orientation in January. So this June makes it 6 months since I've been working as a nurse. Yeah, it's such a big deal. So I'm going to talk about some of the challenges I've had. One of the very first challenge I had was transitioning from being a student to being a nurse. Now so along the way of me not passing my boards yet, I took the NCLEX exam and I passed. Now I have my registered license number and I have my name on the boards. So this just gave me a lot more responsibility, and then it really scared me because I'm no longer that student that didn't have any license number. I'm now someone with a license number, and I am terrified because the things I learned in school is so much different from the things on the floor. It's, they try as much as possible to mimic what the hospital looks like, but trust me, your school would never tell you everything. Your school prepares you to pass your NCLEX, but they can never really do everything on how to be a nurse. So I'm like, oh my God, for someone that is still learning how to be a nurse, to have this much responsibility, I was so overwhelmed, and it affected my confidence, and I wasn't as confident as I would like to be. And this affected the kind of care I gave. And even things that I know I have to give nitro every 5 minutes under the tongue. But now it's different when your patient is actively having a chest pain and you're like, oh my God, do I vote? And then someone yells at you and be like, no, don't vote. Page. You have to page from the computer. Like, oh my God, I didn't know. When it's critical, you have to page from the computer. Don't vote on the phone. You're like, oh my God, and the tension and then the scare, and you're like, oh my goodness. And then every day, you guys, every day till now, when I come back home, I have dreams of my day at work. Did I do a good job? Oh my God, did I forget to unclamp? Oh my God, did I forget to hit start? Oh my God, did I check it well? I have so many doubts. And this moves me on to my second point of feeling intimidated. I feel so intimidated because I'm like, there's this nurse that has been here for 20 years and she knows so much. And then there's me. I don't know as much as she does. Am I even worth being a nurse? Because I feel so intimidated, there's these people that know so much, and then there's me who's still learning. And this also moves me to my third point of me being a perfectionist and being an overachiever. I feel like I should know these things, and I feel like I went through 4 years of school, and by now there should not be any challenges. But this is also just on my part, because I hope and I pray that if you're also a new grad nurse, or you are going to be a new grad nurse, I know you are watching this video, you're watching it because you're going to become a new grad nurse very soon, or you know someone who's going to become a new grad nurse. Don't be too hard on yourself like I am, please. Because I'm so hard on myself, and I expect that by now I should know these things that these other people know. And then you see them know so much, and you're like, oh my God, how are they so knowledgeable? And when will I ever get to this point where I know this much? Like, why am I feel so behind. But like, honestly, I literally just graduated in December, and I wish I was more patient with myself. Honestly, it's a work in progress, and I promise I'm working on myself when it comes to that. To my fifth point, to my next point is delegation. As a nurse, one of your roles is to delegate. When I don't like asking people for help. That is me personally as an individual. Now, it's even harder as a nurse to ask someone for help, because I used to work on this floor as a CNA. Now I'm a nurse. So I'm like, people I used to work directly with, telling them to do stuff for me feels weird. So one time I was like changing the bed, and I had to go give medication. And then my charge nurse was like, Abby, why are you doing what someone else can do? Why don't you like do? And I was like, I needed to do it right now, because like I can't leave the patient sitting there like stranded. I didn't know what to do, and I didn't see anybody that could help me. So this has been an issue for me, delegating. Another thing is that when you delegate, they taught us this in nursing school. When you delegate, you still have the right task, right supervision. I don't know, the 5 rights of delegation. When you delegate, you still have to make sure it is done properly. Oh my God, you guys! Like, I think one time I had to do orthostatic blood pressure on this patient, and then the CNA helped me out, but she didn't put it in the computer. And then it was like, it's my responsibility to make sure that it is in the computer and properly documented. And I was like, but I didn't do it. I didn't do the blood pressure. Even though I still have to make sure I do it. I still have to make sure it is well done. So like, even if I delegate, it's still my responsibility. I still have to make sure I do it. Yeah, guys. I'm working on it. I promise. I'm working on it, but some days it's hard. I like to just do things by myself, because let's say it's because I'm a perfectionist too, because I know I'm going to do it properly and I'm going to do it well. I don't trust anybody else to do stuff for me, and I don't have to worry about did they do it right or not. So I need to work on delegation. That brings me to my next point, time management. Time management has been a hassle, especially when you work on day shift. If you can relate to all the things I'm saying, please leave your comments down in the comment section below. You guys, day shift, I'm like, I got this, I know what to do. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my God, it's never like that. 6 p.m. you're about to leave, and then your patient's blood pressure is 70/60. Out of nowhere, the day has been good. Out of nowhere, the patient's blood pressure is 70/60. Now I have to stay an hour, 2 hours more after 7 to be able to document on the things I couldn't document on. That's been a real challenge for me, because no matter how much I try to pace myself during the day, things come up. Especially day shift, like the others are coming up. You have to send blood, you have to send lab, you have to see the results, you have to page the doctor, you have to let them know, you have to be on top of your game. You guys, I have so many experiences. One time, I had my first rapid also recently, which was also scary for me, because I've always wondered, what will I do in the time of a rapid? When I finished that, I called my friend and I was ranting, and I was like, I just feel like I didn't do enough. That's another challenge. I always feel like I didn't do enough. I feel like I could have done it better. I feel like if it was a more experienced nurse, they would have done things better. But I just wish I'd give myself more grace. I've said this before. I give myself more grace, and that, that things would be better for me, and I'd be able to gain this experience that I'm talking about. I've been working as a nurse on my own now. I've been off orientation, And I was very excited about being of orientation because I know that I can now create my own schedule and then create what works for me and then know myself better. It's been going well, but then, like the time of that blood pressure, my charge nurse was like, Abby, why didn't you tell me you were having blood pressure issues? Why didn't you tell me? And I was like, I thought I got it. No, like you have to communicate to let people help you. You have to talk. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. So I just really hope that 6 months from now, I'm going to make another video. And when I do, I'm going to be telling you guys that my confidence has improved so much and that I know how to think on my feet now and that I know how to act immediately and react quickly to situations as they warrant it. But that's been my situation so far. If there's anything that I said here that you can relate, please talk to me. Don't let me feel alone. Because sometimes I feel so dumb and I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, and I feel like and like some preceptors, oh my God, some people when they're training you too, they make you feel like you picked up your NCLEX license, your nursing license from the trash can. So it's also hard to like really gain confidence where there's people that make you feel like that. But I've told myself that I really want to be the best. If you know me, if you've been following my story, I'm very passionate about being a nurse. And I really want to be the best at it. I want to be the best at it. But I wouldn't go very far if I continue being hard on myself this way. So I hope I take my time, learn the things I should learn. If there are policies to learn, go over them, read them, take my time. And slow and steady, I'm going to gain that experience. This is a job that you don't get from being the smartest. Because, I'm like, I know I'm a smart girl. I know I was smart in school. Why am I having a hard time now? No, love. It's not about how smart you are. It's about how much experience you have under your belt and how you're able to apply that into your patient care. So I really hope that over the years and over months from now that there's been so much improvement in myself as an individual. I've grown to accept my responsibilities and not see them as a burden. I've grown to become the kind of nurse that I aspire to be. But in the interim, I learned that word from reading a book. I don't know if I'm saying it right. In the interim, in the meantime, let us keep watching me grow and keep seeing how I become the kind of nurse that you'd be proud of as well, and I will be proud of. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you learned one or two things. This is just like me ranting to you guys. But I hope anybody was able to resonate with this video. But thank you, and leave your nice comments for me in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like and hit the share button to share with your dear ones. It's Jollof Nurse. Bye.